So today I'm taking a lie detector test.
Are you concerned about the reliability of the wet belt? Do you think the build quality of the T7 is inferior to the T6.1? Do you actually like the new Transporter T7?
So today I'm taking a lie detector test. So the reason is, very quickly, is because whenever I post a video about the T7 saying I like it, all the VW purists and T5, T6 owners say I'm lying, and I'm just doing it for the benefit of my business. So today we've got Mark here, who's an accredited lie detector test guy, examiner, and with 20 years experience doing it.
Yep.
And hopefully Mark is going to prove that I'm telling the truth.
Okay, first question, as a start, so we can see the polygraphs working. Is your name Andrew?
Yes.
Truthful.
Good start.
Very good. Next question, do you always wear a hat to hide the fact you're actually bald?
No.
Fail.
Okay, I'm actually the first child of 4 of Andy's, and it's a bit of an awkward question to ask, but am I your favourite child?
Yes.
You're not.
That's really unfair.
Which one is it?
I don't have a favourite.
Well, why has it just gone red then?
Because you asked me if I was you and my favourite, and I said yes. But yeah.
It was.
I don't have a favourite. Let's move on. Anyway, next question.
Okay, so now to the proper questions. You get a lot of comments online that people don't actually believe you like the new Transporter. So, big question. Do you actually like the new Transporter T7?
Yes.
Truthful.
First one out of the way. I do.
So people can finally realise that you actually do.
I genuinely do really like it.
No more comments.
We'll still get them, don't worry. But yeah, I do genuinely really like it. We've got 3 of them now here, and I've been driving them for a while, and I genuinely really like the way they drive. And look, I would say, and look as well.
Do you agree the T7 has lost the VW feel?
No.
Truthful.
Yeah, I don't. I think actually it looks very much inspired by the pre-faced T5, which I really like. There's angles of it that I think possibly take away from the traditional Volkswagen style. In the previous Volkswagens always had like straight windows from front to rear, you know, from the split screen right the way through to the T6.1, and the flick up at the rear. That's obviously very consistent with the Ford Custom. I don't particularly like, but generally, yes, I think it has a very much VW feel. Inside it feels like a VW. I think if you walked into a VW showroom, looked at that van, you didn't know the history, you would just assume it was a Volkswagen.
Yeah. Out of the new Transporters, do you prefer the electric Transporter to the diesel one?
Yes.
Truthful.
For me, in my personal driving, I mean, as I said in that video, if you watched it, my runs are from rural place to rural place. I don't go past the petrol station. I really like the fact that I can charge the electric one at home for 6p a kilowatt, so it costs way less to charge. I enjoy driving it. I like how quiet it is. But I've been driving EVs now for a couple of years since I got the first ID bus, and I just genuinely really like them. They suit me, but I understand they're not the future for everybody. But for me, my style of driving, an EV, when I drive off to the Alps, go snowboarding, no, I won't be taking the electric one. I'll take a diesel one because I want the range. But for my style of driving, yes, an EV.
Do you think die-hard VW fanboys need to get over the fact it's based on a Ford?
Yes.
Truthful.
I get it. Like, I'm a die-hard VW fan. My first car was a Beetle. I've had every version of Golf GTI that there's been since they've come out, other than the more recent ones. I absolutely love the Volkswagen brand, but I think that I think for a lot of people it's just an excuse to say they don't like it because they can just blame the Ford collaboration. But I think that more and more people are changing their mind when people drive them and see them in person. They tend to like them. You're never going to please everybody, but I saw this when the T5 went to the 5.1, the 6 to the 6.1 and so on. People hated it initially, and then before you know it, people are facelifting their old vehicles. I'm not saying anybody's going to facelift a T5 to a T7 because that's not possible, but yeah, I think people just need to get over it and move on now.
So you do think in time they will end up just...
Some of them, not all of them. Driving them makes the biggest difference, and actually being in one using it makes you realise how good they are. But it's not made in Hanover by Germans anymore. It's made in Turkey on a Volkswagen production line. But people will get over it, or an amount of them will.
Does it wind you up every time someone comments, it's a Ford?
No.
Fail.
It bothers me when people just put wet belt, or they just put, like people love to do, like they think they're the first person that's invented that it's a Ford Transporter kind of combo, like trans shit and all that stuff. They're trying to like use their own play on words and think they're genius and chuckle to themselves.
A couple of times we uploaded a video, and then let's say the video's 30 minutes long. You look in the comments in the first 5 minutes and someone has already commented wet belt.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like they're not even watched the video and took the time to hear what you say.
No,
they just comment it anyway.
Yeah, but like so many people, I mean, I don't know what other questions you've got, whether this comes up, but so many of the people never even experienced a wet belt. but they've just heard their mates, cousins, aunties, dogs, sisters, half, cousin once had one on the wet belt went, but they've just because they've seen other people comment it, they say wet belt when they've got no experience of a wet belt in a vehicle. So I suppose, yes, I lied. It does bother me. I guess it bothers me less than it used to, but yes, it does bother me. Apparently.
Do you think the T7 is the best transporter ever made, and will it be as reliable as previous transporters?
Yes.
Truthful.
Best made in the fact that it's the most up-to-date technology. The previous T5s, the T6.1s are 20-plus-year-old chassis. Like, that's never changed. Technology has evolved. What Ford and Volkswagen have done with the new one is a better chassis. It's got better tech in it. It's nicer to drive. It's got more toys. Like, from a kind of reliability point of view and everything, yes, I do think it's a better vehicle. It's more up-to-date, better technology, better to drive than the previous versions.
As the van evolves in the future, do you think that will be one of the reasons why they will just end up buying one, because the older vehicles don't have as high spec as the new one?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, people upgrade their cars for mechanical reasons or because technology's evolved and they've got better. Technology doesn't always evolve in a better way. Like, it frustrates me that every vehicle has lane assist and speed warnings in them now. It's there, but they have to be there. It's the European law. The Volkswagen guy was telling me that the people that have their vehicles on lease, their T6.1s on lease, that are now bringing them back, like, they're just happy they're getting a new vehicle with a really low warranty and breakdown cover and anything on it that drives better and is more modern.
Yeah.
Like, the T5 to T6.1 platform will always have a really special place in my heart. I love them still. Love my pre-faced T5, but the T7 is a better vehicle in the fact it's a newer, more modern technology, more comfortable vehicle to drive.
Okay, so one of the things that comes up all the time, as we said before, are you concerned about the reliability of the wet belt?
No.
Truthful.
That was one of the questions I thought I might have convinced myself that I was lying to myself. But because I've spoke to enough people in the industry at Ford and Volkswagen to understand it more, I get why people are afraid of them. And like I said previously, it's because they've just seen that their friends commented. And I also appreciate that lots of people have had problems with wet belts. But the more I dig into it, the more I know there's a period of wet belts where Ford used synthetic material, eco-friendly material, that caused more issues. Having spoke to VW and Ford technicians tell me, like, the ones that they see are this batch of eco belts, they've not been maintained properly, they've not been serviced when they should do, they've not used the right oil, they've just not bothered servicing them. I've said previously there's 4 times more transit customs on the road than there is previous generation transporters, and you only hear the negatives, you only hear the bad side of them. But there's also 4 times more transit custom owners driving around in vehicles that they love and are happy with that aren't complaining about their wet belt. But I think that when Volkswagen and Ford sat down to discuss this collaboration, it would have 100% been discussed. Steps would have been made to correct it for the people that didn't service it properly, but they've added in all the other things, like when you turn the ignition on straight away, it tells you quality of your oil. You service and you look after your vehicle, you're not going to have a problem. And there's so many other benefits to this particular wet belt. Like I said previously in the video, how much quieter the engine is because it's got a wet belt in it.
But obviously, because there is so many more transits than there were previous transporters, like we put in an old video once that was it in 2024, they sold 7 times more transits than transporters that year. I think that was a statistic. And obviously, if there is a problem with the wet belt, you're going to hear about it more because there's more vans on the road.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's probability, isn't it?
Yeah, and people are only commenting. Nobody goes on and says, I've got a Ford Transit with a wet belt with 250,000 miles on, and I've serviced it regularly, and I've got no problems with it. Nobody ever says that. They only go on and comment when there's negative.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I said from the answer to the question, I am not concerned about the reliability of a wet belt. I love the fact that Volkswagen UK have put a 5-year warranty on it and 5-year service and all the other things just to give other people peace of mind. But for me, it's not a concern.
Okay, next question. Do you prefer the new Transporter T7 to the T6 and the T6.1?
Yes.
Truthful.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of touched on it earlier, but I think it's a better vehicle to drive, more modern, feels nicer to be in, looks more up to date, newer chassis. If you'd have said T5 as well, maybe it'd have been more of a tougher question, but that's only because I love the pre-faced T5, because that's kind of the original. That's where I started in the industry, really, but that's the original kind of transporter platform as I know it, and that will always have a really special place in my heart. I love it.
Okay, with everything considered of the Ford collaboration, is it worthy of the Transporter name?
Yes.
Truthful.
Yeah, I mean, it's made with Ford. There's definitely elements of it that make it VW. Suspension, the infotainment system, the shape and the look of it. It's got a very, as I said before, pre-faced T5 look about it. Again, we've discussed all this before, but for financial reasons, they had to do this with Ford. Well, who do? They reach out to the people that sell up to 7 times more vans than them. Or, I think on average, a year, there's 4 times more transit customers on the road. So you reach out to the people that sell the best-selling van. You use what they've got, put what you've got, and then you build a better vehicle. I don't look at that van and see a Ford. I look at that van and see a Transporter. And I think it's worthy of the Transporter name.
So last 2 questions here. Do you think the build quality of the T7 is inferior to the T6.1?
Yes.
Truthful.
Controversial, yeah. I mean, not everything about the T7 is positive. I like so much about it, but then if I were to line them up, there are elements of the T7 that I look at and I'm like, just like some of the cut lines, or like one of the roofs from one of ours, like the lines don't look particularly straight. If I'm being super picky, where they press the door handles in on some of them, depending on what the colour is, you can almost see a crease where the door handles are pressed in. But like the overall build quality, I think the German Hanover factory, over the evolution of the vehicle, it got really good, and I think they did a really good job. And I think potentially the Turkish build quality could not be quite as good in areas. There are things actually that I think are better, but overall, yes, slightly better, slightly less build quality on the T7, but nowhere near enough to put me off buying one or owning them.
Okay, final question. If you had to do a 1,000-mile round road trip, would you choose the T6.1 or the T7?
T7.
Truthful.
Modern technology, better drive, more comfortable, more technology, but better things, more gadgets and things to have to just make the whole driving experience more comfortable. The T6.1 was very good, like they added electronic power steering over the previous models, but other than that, very much the same vehicle and chassis that hadn't really evolved. And the T7 is leaps and bounds from where the pre-face T5 is. There's a bit of technology in between to improve them, but really enjoyed driving the T7. I did from the minute I drove it, and I felt like it was an evolution of the T6.1. I mean, I still wouldn't have an issue with driving 1,000 miles in the T6.1, but yeah, given the choice, I'd take the modern, up-to-date technology and comfort of a T7.
So that's all the questions done. Have you got anything to say to the people that didn't believe you before and now they can't say anything because it's been tested by a lie detector test?
No, not really. It just hopefully this shows that people have commented that I only say that I like it because my business relies on it, which isn't true. We have so many avenues to our business. It's not just transporter parts, but I guess when I first went and saw it in Hanover, I was nervous about it, and there was moments when I thought this could be potentially bad for our business, but I do genuinely really like it. I'm really impressed with the vehicle. The good news for us is we've spent 20 years of the same platform, and we've built things along the way, but now we get to start that all over again and develop all over again for a whole new customer base while still being able to focus on the T5 to T6.1 and still having the product range. The downside is I need to find more warehouse space, and everybody's expecting everything we did for the previous platform that we had 20 years to build straight away. Like, I think the day the T7 came up, somebody rang the office and said, I can't find gloss black grills on your website, because they just don't exist. They had a vehicle before we did. I mean, the other side, I kind of put my business hat on. Yes, there's a whole new platform and people will be changing their vehicles, and some people will stick with the old vehicles and will continue to supply them with parts. But there'll be new people that perhaps wouldn't have bought a Transporter before that were looking at other models that now want the extended warranty and all the other things. But also I've just gained a whole Ford customer base as well, because the suspension we develop and lots of other bits work across both. So yeah. People that think that I was just doing this purely for the sake of my business relied on it, it's just not true at all. But thankfully, I do really like it. And it could have gone the other way and I could have hated it, but I don't. So, am I right to take all this off now?
Yeah, I can take it off.
Yeah.
Well done.
But yeah, thank you very much for coming and doing this, and thank you for proving that most of my answers were correct.
Sure.
Yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully it shows you some things that you thought possibly I was lying about and I'm not. If you enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button. Please share this video with anybody else that thinks I was lying about the previous platforms, always considering buying a T7 or a Transit Custom. And as always, thanks for watching.